What's up, man, people? Um, this has been a long time. It's been 6 years since my last upload, and actually, I finally got back into my account. And I was looking through a couple of comments before I got on here. I haven't looked at them all by any means, but a lot of you are right. I lost my password. I did end up moving out of the van, which is kind of sad. I was in it for about 2 years. Something awesome. In fact, I have a surprise for you guys that I actually have another van. So I'm pretty excited about that. I just bought it about 2 months ago or something now. Haven't done anything to it. Oh, I'll shut up. I'll give you a little recap, and then I'll give you a little tour on the van and see what it's like. So 6 years have been crazy. It's gone by so fast. I cannot believe it. I was a little sad leaving the van. I ended up getting seduced by a job. It took me out to Long Island, New York, right? And I got seduced. They took me out there. I was there for under a year. It wasn't that long. It was good, a little adventure. I got to meet a lot of people and do a lot of things. I loved the beaches. I loved it out there. But ultimately, I was on an island, and there were 7 million people, and I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel at home. It's not my place. And so I actually did. I met a girl while I was out there, awesome girl. So I met her. We ended up deciding to move back to Colorado. So we moved out here, and time has passed. We lived in apartments for a couple of years. We spent almost every weekend rock climbing, which is what I love, and it's just something that makes me feel happy. And we've always talked about having a van and how cool that would be. We ended up getting jobs. We've done that thing for a while. I ended up buying a little townhome, and that's where we lived. And we actually got pregnant, so we have a baby. He is 2.5 years old now. Little dude's growing like a weed. It's crazy. Just a little stud. He's awesome. So you'll probably see him eventually. Man, what else? Just jobs, doing that thing. Time has passed, having kids, doing that. So anyway, a couple months ago, I bought a van, which I was super excited about. And then right now it's actually April 2020. And so we're sitting here in this lockdown coronavirus crap, right? And so I finally had the time to be able to go in, deal with Google. I had changed my phone number, so I couldn't verify my account. Finally got it verified. They finally believe me and trust me that this is my account, even though you can see my face on it. So anyway, finally got back in, and I have a van, gonna build it out, gonna do some things. We'll see how the economy goes and how finances go, so that might be the thing that slows me down. But hopefully we'll get it started, and it'll be a little process you can follow me on. If you guys are still into vans, it's awesome. I am. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. If you have any questions, I hope to be a little more involved and answer some questions. Anyway, I'm excited for you guys, and if you're van people, then you're my type of people. And I'm excited for myself too. So we plan on having it for, some good camping trips, long-term trips, a lot of rock climbing type stuff, go out and stay a couple nights here or there. We want it to be totally livable to where it's something we could live in if we want. Probably won't go near as fancy as some of the vans I see out there. Those things are impressive. It's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be functional. And we're excited to do it. So I bet you want to see the van. I'll shut up, and I'll go give you a quick tour right now. Just 1 second. All right, so super quick tour. Here she is. She's a Ram 2500 Promaster. Super excited. Let me open this up. Show you what it's like. I haven't cleaned anything. It's been here a while. Anyway, just an empty shell. So much room for activities. We've actually camped a little bit in here, so we got sleeping pads, sleeping bags. Cooler, nothing crazy, right? Just an empty shell. It's a blank canvas to work with. Super excited. Just a normal 2500 van. I don't know what else to tell you guys other than, of course, we'll probably do the typical setup. We'll build the beds back there. We'll do some kind of a kitchenette area here. Probably some cupboards. Obviously, we're going to insulate it. We're going to put some walls in here. One thing I'm considering, oh man, I could use so much help from you guys now that I'm thinking about this. Couple things that we're really wanting to do. So first, there's 3 of us. So me, Joanne, and Kid. And there's not enough seats. So we're thinking about we've seen this before, where we do the bed across the top and then a bench seat where we mount it back here, and we can put a car seat and things like that. Plus it gives us more sitting space. Super interested if you guys have done that, or if you know any good resources. We haven't found any great ones. We haven't looked that hard. However, oh man, I just realized you guys can help me out so much. So if you know of anything, put it in the comments. I'll check it out, and I appreciate that. Insulation, we probably plan on going with wool insulation. Siding, we'll probably keep it pretty simple. We thought about just we'll keep it pretty simple for the sides. Definitely we'll insulate the tops, put some lights in there. Hopefully, we'll see how my handyman skills work out. The last van I had was mostly all built out. An older guy had done all of that for me, and I just bought it from him super cheap. Oh, and I sold the van for about the same amount that I had bought it for. So I lived in it for 2 years. It had low miles. It was great, and lived in it for 2 years and essentially lived rent free the whole time. I saved a bunch of money. Then I blew it. Typical case, but now I'll be smarter. Is really fun. Really excited about that. So here, I guess you can look at me instead of just the van. Yeah, so that was the van really quick. I sat down and I rambled for a little bit, so I figured I'd save you guys some suffering. Either way, a couple things I've realized I missed out was it's a 159-inch wheelbase. Couple questions I had, because we have our own ideas, but like if you guys had an empty van, like what would you want to do with it? What would you make sure? I know I lived in the one I had for a while and it was awesome. What would you absolutely do? So for example, like I'm thinking about not going solar. There's some like Goal Zero battery packs. I'm thinking about just doing that. It saved me a ton of money, saved me a ton of just kind of maintenance. I can plug it in, especially if we have our house and stuff. But we did talk about, being able to live in that full time in a sense and rent this house out and have like a better source of income from that, So that just might be an opportunity. We'll see. If you guys had an empty van in a townhouse, and what would you do? So I'm just curious to hear what you guys think and what you do. And yeah, just good to catch up with you guys. So I'm sure we'll get to meet each other and know each other a little bit more over the time. Van people are my type of people, so I'm excited to get to know you guys even more. So it was good catching up. We'll see you guys later. Bye.